Okay, this is going to be a demonstration for the Roy Lichtenstein portrait that we're going to work on for the next couple of class periods. All right, so to get started with your portrait, yeah, very first thing we're going to be doing though is we're going to actually, and let me turn my camera off, but we're going to actually start to take a portrait photo of ourselves. So I should use so in class, you should have seen some examples of Roy Lichtenstein's work. It's basically kind of like a comic book type of a portrait where they use these really dark elegant line outlines, and they use bold colors to create the colors, and they use like certain like patterns and of circles to create like the skin tone. So we're gonna create our own like Roy Lichtenstein type of a portrait using our own portraits. So the first thing I have you do is you're gonna use the cameras on the iPads, and you're basically gonna be taking a picture of yourself. So right now you can't really see anything because it's on the wrong side. So I'm gonna flip the camera around. So I just hit that little spinny thing, and then I'm just gonna take a portrait of myself. So I'm gonna see if I can zoom in on this. It's like not letting me zoom in. Okay, that's probably as zoom in as we'll get, but I'm just gonna like maybe I'll take like a picture of myself from like the side angle. Maybe I'm gonna like look off to the side a little bit. Just kind of get like like a really interesting pose. When you take a picture. Oh, let me put a timer on this so I can pose for myself. Let me see how I can do let me set a timer on this. Oh, okay. I think I have to hit this timer right here. So we'll set it for 10 seconds. So I'm just gonna give like myself in a pose. Okay. And let's just see how that picture looked. All right, I'm probably gonna go with this one. I'm gonna give you a little bit of time though to get like a nice photo of yourself. Obviously I would take your time though, get a nice picture of yourself. I'm gonna set it for 3 seconds. Maybe I'll take like a couple of them. So let me do it straight on. I'm gonna just maybe look upwards, see how that looks. Let me see. Maybe one to the side. Yeah, just get a couple of photos of yourself, Find one that you like, one that looks good. And you can always take as many as you need. Yeah, this is getting like all my little pores on the face. Okay, we got a couple of these that we can use. Oops. I feel like it's just sharpening the picture more. Okay, we'll go with this one here. Okay, so you're gonna basically take that picture into and I kind of did with this one right here. But you're going to click on photo, and we're just gonna choose one of these photos that I'm gonna use. Let me use this one. I thought this one was kind of interesting. Okay, so now we have like our photo that we're gonna use here. So I obviously don't want to incorporate everything in the picture. I want to actually zoom in closer to my face. So I'm gonna click on the wrench up here, click on canvas, and then we're gonna crop and resize this picture. So I want to get a little bit closer in on my face here. Also the body. So one of the things with the Roy Lichtenstein style is they get like really close up on the face. So let me just see how this looks if I click on done. Okay, so this one is kind of seems like an interesting composition to do. Okay, so why don't we go with this? So all you're doing for today though is you're just going to do a outline tracing of your face. Okay, so you're gonna click on layers here, and real important, you're gonna have one layer that's your photo. So I'm just gonna rename this photo so you know what this is. Okay, you don't want to do anything on this photo layer. Okay, so my suggestion with this photo layer is to lock this layer. So So if you swipe to the right side, you can lock it. And then that way, if you were to draw on this layer, it's gonna, give you a prompt that says, are you sure you want to unlock this layer or work on the layer? You don't click cancel. Okay, so you don't want to ever draw on your photo layer. So you're gonna create a new layer on top of it. And this layer is gonna be your layer that you're gonna draw on. Okay, so keep things simple. So, we have your layer you're gonna draw on. So, my suggestions for, this particular assignment, I would just use any of the inking brushes on here. Maybe I might try out Studio Pen to see how that works. For some reason it's very opaque, so I gotta make it the opacity a little bit darker. So I'm gonna use this line here. I think this is pretty good. Okay, so kind of modify the size that you want. Obviously this will make it thicker, that'll make it thinner. I want to do something in the middle here. And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to just draw my face and Roy Lichtenstein style. So when you're drawing these lines though, if you can, try to do it in like a single stroke, the lines. Because if you try to like sketch out the lines, it's not going to look as clean. So that's what comic book artists do, like, or Roy Lichtenstein's style is he lets the line be what it is. And obviously this takes some practice, and it's not really easy to do. But I would just kind of just draw the line, undo if I mess up, and just let the line be as is. So if you look at them, I'm just drawing the line, and once I get that line that I want, I can keep it there. I went a little bit too far with that. So you just really want to take your time though, getting these really nice, elegant lines when you do your drawing. But just make sure to take your time. Use the undo key if you need to. And it doesn't have to be exactly perfect to what your picture is. You just want to get the general idea, general look of it. Oops. And if you're having trouble getting like the lines that you need, you can definitely like rotate it, in the direction that makes it more comfortable for you to draw the lines. So, just take your time. I wouldn't get every little detail in the picture because, basically we're going to like, try to make it more of like a comic book type of style. So you don't really need every little detail in your drawings. Just get the details that you feel like is like the most important details. Draw a few lines here. But, you'll just keep going with it though. And if you want to just check, like what you're doing so far, check, how your drawing looks, you can go back to your layers here and you can hide the photo layer to see your progress. So this looks pretty good, what I have here. So, you'll just continue with the drawing. So when you draw hair, my suggestion for drawing the hair is, just outline the shape of the hair. Okay, I wouldn't draw like every little strand of the hair like I'm doing right here. It's gonna look funny when you hide the layer. That's not gonna look good. So my suggestion with the hair, tips on the hair, just draw the outline of the hair, and then if you want to, you can highlight some of those, some of the details. You see how I'm just doing just the shape of the hair. I'm not really concerned about the each individual strand of the hair. Same thing with like the facial hair too. Maybe I might just only get like the edges. Not doing every little strand. But it does look a little bit more cleaner when you get like the edges of the hair. All right. Okay, but you kind of get the idea though. You just doing your lines. And just real important, you want to make sure to set it up like this. So, that way you can see your progress and see how it's going. All right, now if you wanted to move to the next step, okay, it's pretty much going to be the coloring. So you're gonna have to create a layer in between your draw layer and your photo layer. So you're gonna click add to add another layer here. And then if you want to start incorporating color to it, this is like where the layer should be. Okay, but we'll talk about color more next class. But definitely if you are ready to do colors, especially like with the Liechtenstein patterns, we'll talk about that a little bit more. But you could definitely start think about like colors if you're ready for that part. So oops, I'm on the wrong layer. So I have to make sure I'm on the color layer, but when I color it now, this will go behind the lines. Okay. And it won't color on top of it if you set your layers up correctly on here. All right. Okay, but I would just kind of focus on the drawing. I wouldn't rush it coloring. Only just focus on drawing for today. All right.